Hey everybody, welcome back to Runaway Roses. I'm Todd. We've had so many people ask us about our truck and why we chose it to haul our truck camper. People are constantly asking, have we done any modifications to it, any suspension upgrades or anything like that. So let's go take a walk around it and check it out. My truck is a 2018 Ram 3500 one-ton dually. Pretty basic there as far as that goes. The reason I chose it is because it has the ISN transmission, the upgraded heavy-duty transmission, just because we're hauling a heavy load around, and it also has the factory airbags with the auto-leveling suspension in it, which I wasn't sure if I really wanted that, and I was looking back and forth, but that's what I chose as well. And also because it has 410 gears in it, so which is really good for hauling or towing and that sort of thing. So it's got the highest gear I could get. My old truck had a 373 in it, which is a little bit better on gas mileage, but the 410 gives you that pulling and towing and hauling power, get up hills and that sort of thing. So it's worked out great. And it's been a great truck so far. I'm gonna go walk you around and check out some of the details. My truck is the Longhorn Edition, and it has the 6.7 liter Cummins diesel in it. So everybody knows that the Cummins diesel is awesome and super strong. And it's been great for pulling and going up hills and all that. So the best thing about the diesel, I think, is the exhaust brake. Hauling a truck camper like this, when you got that much weight and you need to stop quick, I mean, that exhaust brake is all the difference. To me, it's worth the extra cost of the diesel, which I know it is steep, but that once you experience that exhaust brake, you're like, wow, I just can't go back. So it is really nice. My truck does have the Alcoa aluminum wheels on it. Front and rear, so those are nice, part of the Longhorn package. And I have added the tie downs all the way around, obviously, for the truck camper. And, pretty standard stuff there. So, and it's worked great. It does have the power folding mirrors, which I really dig that about it. But it has a high payload capacity, which is the other main reason that I chose this truck, because it has a payload capacity of 5,288 pounds, which is pretty good. It's having a truck that's fully loaded with all the options on there, that always lowers the payload capacity. But with this truck having the airbags and all that, I mean, it's pretty good. That's plenty for anything that I'm going to tow. I'm going to get underneath. I'm going to show you the airbags, and this truck does have a air tank underneath it, as well as a built-in factory compressor. So let's climb underneath and take a look. The air system on this truck has the air compressor right up in this area. It's above the tie down, which was kind of an issue. I'll talk about that here in a moment. And then the air tank is actually underneath the passenger seat. Let me try to show that to you. I'm not sure what size it is, but it looks like it's maybe about a 2-pound tank, something like that. Which the one thing cool about that is I could probably tie into it and, add an air horn or, something like that, or even a fitting to run a tool or something like that off of it if I really wanted to. So that is the tank underneath the passenger side door, and let me go show you the compressor. The air compressor on these Ram trucks is in the right front corner of the bed, underneath the bed. As you can see, the camper tie down is right there. And then the frame that mounts to the frame over here, which goes behind that air compressor, which was an issue. I had to actually space out the air compressor and actually had to kind of modify the bracket as well, which was an issue. But You can see the compressor there. And it's worked really great. It's pretty quick, and it airs it, up and down. You can hear the air release when you lower the truck, and works really well. I'll show you that in just a bit as well. Here's another angle of the other side of the air compressor right here, and the tie-down mount that goes to the frame right here. So this was originally mounted to the frame, but I had to space it out on this tie-down bracket, which was a pain, but it worked. I want to show you the air suspension on this truck and how that works. So I'm going to crawl underneath, show you the airbags and the little leveler arm that it has. That I guess that's what regulates it and tells it when to go up and down, that sort of thing. And then I'll show you inside the truck how it raises and lowers. And first I got to lower the camper down onto the truck, because it's up just a little bit, taking some of the weight off the truck at the moment. So I'll do that, and then we'll check it out inside on the dash too. First of all, I'll show you the little arm that regulates it. It's inside the wheel well, and it's right there. It's that arm right there, that thing. And I guess it senses when the weight is on the truck, and it goes up and down, and then that's how it knows how far to adjust, or if you want to actually lower it about an inch, it'll do that. So I guess that's how it knows how to do it. So I'm going to crawl underneath the back and show you that. And you can tell this is an Iacen truck by it has the cooling fin on the diff cover back there. That is one of the aspects of that you get additionally with the Iacen transmission. But you can see the factory airbags up here, and they're actually Firestone airbags. There's it's kind of stamped on the bag. I don't know if you can see it there, if I can get it on camera, but it's a factory Firestone bag setup on both sides. I don't know what the difference is from the aftermarket, although these factory mounting plates are welded to the top of the axle tube. So, that's good and strong. The one thing that this truck does not have that I wish it did is a sway bar, a rear sway bar. It does not have a rear sway bar, and I don't know why. And the Fords come with them, although they typically could be upgraded as well to a heavier duty one. But I think I'm probably going to order a sway bar that's going to come across here and connect, and just help with the sway. I mean, it's fine as it is, but it could always be better, that's for sure. So a heavy duty sway bar, Roadmaster or Hellwig is what I'm looking at. Probably a Roadmaster. It's a little bit bigger tube steel, so bigger is better when it comes to steel. It's going to be thicker and stronger. So that's the air suspension. Let's go check it out inside and see how it works. First off, I need to lower the camper down, take all the weight off the legs, put it back on the truck, and then we'll go inside the truck and we'll see how the air system works. Now you can see the legs are off the ground about 5 or 6 inches. So that'll be enough to actually be able to see how the truck goes up and down. As you can see here, I rigged up a scale in front of the wheel well, so that way you can see how far the truck bed goes up and down. All right, we're in the truck. Right now I have the truck set at alternate trailer height. If maybe you can see that here. Turn the light off, you can see it on the dash better. See down there in the corner in the yellow says alt trailer height. That alt trailer height actually lowers it about an inch. But on the dash here, see that's the button right there. So I'm going to take that off. When I turn that off, it'll show that it's raising. So it's going to go up about an inch. And then that would be the normal ride height of the truck, loaded or unloaded. as far as, you know, they've loaded, that's where you can put it back to, is the unloaded height. So it's right now it's going up, and should be able to see that on the scale. A lot of times with the truck camper, I do ride at the alternate trailer height, which kind of actually makes it a little bit more level, because the normal ride height has a little bit more of a rake to it. So if you on the settings on this, you can actually go, if you go into settings, you can go down to suspension, and then it has some other modes: tire jack mode, transport mode, wheel alignment mode. You can shut it off. So the transport mode will basically shut it off, and then it's going to lower, as you, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear the air releasing. Probably can't hear it over my truck and my voice, obviously, but outside the truck you can hear it. So it should release quite a bit. It's usually like 2 inches or 2 or 3 inches, 2.5 inches. So, you know, that can be handy for certain things. I forget what all the modes are for. I think that's actually so you don't put too much pressure on the airbags while you're in transport, or you need to lower it down. I don't know. I don't really use that too often. So just turn that back to just the standard, and then you can see it's raising it back up again. And then so going back to standard ride height. So you know, you can see how it takes a minute for it to raise it back up, whatever it is, 2 or 3 inches, because that's a lot of air. So the air compressor's running to get that back up there. And then after it gets back up there, it'll stop, and then I'm actually going to put it back into alternate trailer height. I have found that if I have it in alternate trailer height, that it will actually, if I park it and overnight, it seems like it stays more stable at that ride height than if I just leave it in the normal ride height with weight in the bed. It seems like sometimes it'll let some pressure out, but when I leave it in alternate height, it doesn't. So see, normal ride height achieved. So now I'm going to go back here and push the alternate trailer button and lower it back down. And then, as I mentioned the exhaust brake earlier, it's this button. And I always drive with the tow haul on and the exhaust button on as well, but I'm not driving anywhere right now, so I can turn those off. So that is the air system and how it works. That's about it as far as the walk around on my truck. Upgrades wise, I haven't really done anything. Suspension, it's completely stock. I did add a front hitch on the front bumper, and then I did have to add the proprietary Lance plug in the bed of the truck, just because that's what they require. But basically the truck is 100% stock. I am planning on adding the sway bar like I mentioned, just because it could be better. I mean, it's fine as it is really, but I know it could be better. So I am going to do that. But thanks for hanging in there, and sorry you had to look at my dirty truck. I would have got it out and washed it, but it's like 32 degrees outside, so I'm not going to do that. Just crank up the heat here in the garage and do what I can here. But thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope maybe this helped some of you with you know, whatever it is you're looking for with your type of truck and truck camper that you're trying to put together. You know, your truck is going to largely depend on, you know, what your camper, and vice versa. So if you have a half-ton truck, you're not going to want to get a camper like this, because your payload capacity is not going to be there like it is on a dually or 3,500 one-ton truck. So make sure you check out the specs on your camper and on your truck. Make sure they all match up. So make sure you're in within the limits of whatever your payload capacity is. So hope that helps. We'll see you next time at Runaway Roses. Bye-bye.